Good evening, Mr. Indaye.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Now, there has been a massive outrage concerning President Macron's defense of the right to publish cartoons of the Prophet Mohammed. Now, can you just give us some history on why this has been such a hot topic in France?
Well, first of all, our country has to deal with two dramatic current major events, which is terrorism and the COVID-19. Regarding the terrorism, to us, terrorism is the cold murder of Samuel Paty, a teacher who paid from his own life the fact to only be willing to teach to young citizens what is freedom of speech in our own country, using cartoons from Charlie Hebdo. And by the way, Charlie Hebdo is a minor satirical weekly news in France. And also terrorism is again another cold murder, a murdering act in Nice, where 3 Christians who happened just to be in a church got killed. A black woman was one of them in that church. I will tell you a few words about the freedom of speech and cartooning, which is, in fact, just a form of our freedom of speech in France. As a human, it's strongly understandable that someone can feel offended on a personal ground by caricatures. Top figures like the Pope, Mandela, Charles de Gaulle, or even some Jews had been hurt in the past by them. So there is a full understanding that people from the Muslim world can feel hurt by the Prophet Mohammed cartoons. Us as French citizens, we strongly understand that. Meanwhile, there is a right to caricature in France. This freedom of speech is secular. It's a secular right in France. It belongs to the French tradition, and we have caricatured French kings in the past, like Louis XVI, who used to be drawn as pig, Louis Philippe as fruit, and so many other current French leaders knows the bitterness of a caricature. So screaming, for some others who are screaming out against blasphemy, for us is very dangerous. For most of us, in order to protect the entire dimension of our right of freedom of speech. Since all freedom are additional to us, therefore we have to be very cautious about taking any one of them out. And as a French citizen, we just don't. We are not willing to do that.
Now, Felix, we have also seen a number of attacks targeted toward French nationals within and outside of France. What is the general mood there?
Well, currently the national security measures, which is called Vigipirate, it's on a level 3. Understand it as a plan against terrorism. So this is the maximum level of it. It means like activating and deploying more security, more cops, more army, soldiers around malls, around schools, churches, places of gathering. About the mood, what I can tell you is that we are all united. We are strongly sticking together. We stick to our way of living. Those extremists, Islamics, they will not divide us. We stick to our freedom, to our democracy, and all this will not change us. We will stay united.
So what exactly is the government saying to its citizens in terms of the way forward? Is there extra caution advised, and has security within the country been increased?
Well, like I said, the security level is on the level 3, so the toppest. And meanwhile, as citizens, we understand that the answer to ignorance is education. We all understand that in the Holy Book, Quran, it is stated that when you kill a human being, you kill the entire humanity. So therefore, you cannot call those terrorists as Muslims or even as a believer. The answer, again, must not be violence, such as another war, like we saw after the horrible attack on the United States in 2001, but through doing a better job in inclusion, including people from different backgrounds, by fighting efficiently against racism and discrimination. That's the way to keep our country together and unified. We will keep our democracy alive no matter what by doing a better job, by living together and keep building our own nation together.
All right, Felix, thank you so much for that update.
Thank you.